The high-profile death of a Brunswick man has become a national source of outrage, but the local investigation into the killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia continues. And tonight, new 911 calls obtained by First Coast News shows months-long concern over apparent break-ins in the neighborhood where Arbery was shot on February 23rd. But police have said there is no evidence Arbery stole anything. On Your Side's Troy Kless has been listening to those calls tonight and brings us an update.
The men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery told police they thought the 25-year-old was burglarizing homes in their suburban Brunswick, Georgia neighborhood. Investigators have found no evidence of that. The February 23rd police report of Arbery's death shows 4 incidents linked to the shooting. Among them are 2 trespassing calls and 1 reported auto theft.
I need a police officer. I need to report a stolen pistol.
And your name?
Travis McMichael.
This 911 call made January 1st. McMichael says a gun was stolen out of his truck. McMichael did not have a suspect description. On November 18th, homeowner Larry English reported the man trespassing on his property.
Somebody back over there on the property again tonight. I just talked with Officer Rash, and he said he's not on duty, so he told me to call it in.
The night before, when a white couple was seen entering the property, English called 911 as well. The officer mentioned in the call is a Glynn County police officer. He told English to contact his neighbor, former investigator Greg McMichael, if he had problems with trespassers. English says nothing was ever stolen from his home. But on February 23rd, Arbery's family has said that Greg and Travis McMichael thought Arbery was a criminal. Despite no evidence, he did something wrong. Troy Kless, First Coast News, on your side.
And we have much more on this story on our website. We also take a look back at the entire investigation on firstcoastnews.com.